to me. You are good, you are kind, and you have been so good to me. Jesus, you are so good to me. You are good, you are kind, and you have been so good to me. Jesus, you are so good to me. You are good, you are kind, you have been so good. Jesus, you are so good to me. You are good, you are kind, and you have been so good to me. Jesus, Jesus.
Dependable, dependable God. It doesn't matter what comes my way, you are still God. Woo. Intentional, intentional God. And everything is working out for my good. Everybody sing it.
Dependable, dependable God.
Jesus.
It doesn't matter what comes my way, you are still God.
Intentional God.
Intentional, intentional God.
Everything, Jesus.
Everything is working out for my good.
You are good. You are good. Jesus. You are. Everybody say.
You are good.
You are good.
You are good.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Jesus, you are so good to me.
In no circumstance.
It's no
In
circumstance.
no circumstances.
Oh, Jesus, you are so good to me. Yeah.
In no circumstance.
It's no
In
circumstance.
no circumstances.
Oh, oh, oh. Hey.
Dependable, dependable God.
It doesn't matter what comes
Doesn't
my
matter what
way,
comes my
Jesus.
way, you are still God.
I know you are intentional, God.
Intentional, intentional God.
In good times and bad times, everything.
Everything is working out for my good.
Here's my part. You are good. You are good. Jesus. Everybody lift your voice. You are good.
You are good.
Hey.
You are good.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Everybody sing. Jesus, you are so good to me.
In no circumstance.
Every
In
situation.
no circumstance.
Oh, oh, oh. Hey. Jesus, you are so good to me. Yeah.
In no circumstance.
It's no second good to me, sir.
You are so good to me.
So good to
You
me.
are so good to me.
So good to
You
me.
are so good to me.
Jesus.
You are so
Hey.
good to me.
So good.
You are so good to me.
Even when I'm down,
You are
Jesus.
so good to me.
Even when I'm rough,
You
Jesus.
are so good to me.
Even when I'm sick,
You are so
Hey.
good to me.
Jesus,
You
you.
are so good to me.
Manifest your power. Move among your people. When you are done, Lord, take all the glory.
Take the glory.
Take all the glory. When you are done,
When you are done, Lord,
take all the glory.
God of awesome wonder, the wonder-working God, come and manifest your power. There is no one else like you. Answer your name as we call upon you. In the name of Jesus, all things are possible.
Come and manifest your power. Move among your people. And when you are done, Lord, glory. Manifest your power.
Take the glory.
Take the glory.
Yes, Lord.
It all belongs to
It
you.
all belongs to you. Take glory.
Come and manifest your power. Move among your people. And when you are done, Lord, take the glory. Manifest your power. Take the glory. Take the glory.
Oh,
It all belongs to you. Manifest your power. Manifest
Jesus.
your power.
Jesus.
Take the glory. It all belongs to you.
Hallelujah.
Take the glory. Take the honor. Receive the praise.
Receive
We
the
bring
praise.
to you. Take the glory.
Yes.
Take the honor. For you are worthy.
Worthy.
All our praise. Manifest your power. Take the glory. Take all the glory. It all belongs to
It
you.
all belongs to you. Manifest your power.
Take all the glory. Take the glory. It all belongs to you. Manifest your power. Take the glory. It all belongs to you. Manifest your power. Manifest your power.
Your power.
Take the glory. Take all the glory. It all belongs to you. Manifest your power. Take all the glory. Take the glory. Take it all today. It all belongs to
It
you.
all belongs to you.
Manifest
your
power. Take the glory. It all belongs to you.
Hallelujah.
Move among your people. Manifest your power.
Daddy, we pray for So I want to share with you what I call the kingdom keys for success. We are about to go through some crisis in this country and every country. Some of you will lose your job. Some of your business will collapse. Some of you will have downsizing and right sizing. Some of you will have problems trying to keep your house. And some of you are going to actually lose your capacity to generate income. And I've been sent here by God, perhaps just among the other leaders, to tell you, look, if you're going to make it through the crisis, you have to focus on management. Here's God's successful key. Genesis 1:28 says these words, and the Lord blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that creeps upon the ground. Now, listen carefully, because this is really the heart of God's mandate. In Genesis 1:26, God says these words about you. Let them have dominion over the earth. In Genesis chapter 1 verse 28, God tells us how to do it. Dominion means to govern, to rule, to control, to manage, to lead. Now in verse 28, he tells us how to dominate the earth. He gives us the process. Please get your pen. You're going to write this down, because anyone who wants to dominate in the earth will have to follow God's simple process. First of all, the 4 keys of principles of success in God's program. Number 1, be fruitful. God never said to be seedful. The first command God gave man was to be what? Fruitful. It's impossible to produce fruit unless it was preceded by seed. God will never demand what doesn't exist already. So God's first command is to be fruitful. Now, when I looked at the word fruitful in the original Hebrew, it does not mean to have children. It shocked me. For example, if having children was the essence of God's command, then Abraham didn't do a good job with just one legitimate child. The word fruitful, write it down, it means productive. Be productive. God's first command to humans is be productive. That means produce something. Poverty is the absence of self-production. I remember when Jesus was laying on the floor one day eating, a woman walked in. It was illegal for her to do that where men were eating at that time, and she stepped over Peter, James, and John, and she came to him, and she took this beautiful stone bottle, and she broke the top, and she poured this ointment over his body, and she began to rub it into his face.